Masandawana, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your comments below. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of the Pitchside Podcast. Gentlemen, we are in Miami. We can be proud of ourselves. Let's start there.
For the first time since I've been in football, I'll say it, and it's embarrassing, but I'm gonna say it, that I'm coming out of the tournament very proud.
Yeah.
This is a moment that my boys should look at themselves and be happy with what they've gave here in this world stage. I consider this the biggest stage in football, where all the stars meet, all the stars share ideas, all the stars show you the game model that they've got. You know, we just played against the Brazilians, and can we say we didn't do anything bad in this match or anything wrong in this match, but we're coming out of the competition, which is heartbreaking.
Sure.
And of course we created moments and chances that on any day Mamelodi Sundowns will take that and go into the knockout stages.
Yeah. Mudisa?
Yeah, I think it's just a proud moment for the club itself. For the players, I think there's a lot of lessons that have been learned, and for maybe the coach as well to be able to identify as to then how far are we as a club tactically. If we need more addition into the team going forward, because this is the stage that we should be able to participate in, every year. And I think it's as much as it is heartbreaking, but I think we have shown as to the quality that we have.
Yeah.
Shown into also the game against Fluminense. We put the ball on the ground. We looked decent in certain moments. We looked dangerous in certain moments. We created the chances. Could have won the game. They could have won the game. But at the end of the day, I think the team should be proud, and I think South Africans as well, we represented them very well.
Yeah. Let's talk about the game today. I mean, what a showing from the boys. From the first whistle, it was very clear that we're in charge, we're dominating the game.
We knew that this is a game of consequences.
Yes.
When we win, we go to the knockout stages. If we lose, we stay here. And I thought the performance of the group was very decent, as Mudisa say, that every department we tick the box, and you can't fault the performance, you can't fault the effort, you can't fault the attitude today. And even if you at some point you see the boys, felt like the team is pushing them back, they still took that, and they had resilience to make sure that they took those punches. And of course, like Mudisa said, it was a match of small margin. You can tell they created their chances. They could have won it. We could have won it as well. I was just happy with the overall performance, and I'm sure individuals that played today, including the ones on the bench, when they look at this competition of football going forward, I don't think they will look at football the same before they came to this competition, because I believe now if they were doubting themselves at some point in some moment in some matches, going forward, I'm sure they will think we belong in the world stage, and they belong in the world stage. We saw what happened. We saw everything that has happened in this very football pitch.
Yeah. Ndise, if you're a player on the bench, what is going through your mind after? I mean, this experience of being here, first of all, is priceless, but you didn't get your chance to step on the field, but you must still show up to support your teammates.
Yeah, I mean, we always speak of the importance of being, the best teammate.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, there's only a few numbers that will be able to participate in the match. And you always want to cause a little bit of a havoc for the coach to be able to make that selection on game day.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that some of the guys never really got an opportunity to play.
Yeah.
But they're still very, very important within the club itself.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of games to be played. And as a competitive person myself, I would say this gives an opportunity to show everyone, or the coach as well, that I really need to start starting the games, and that's what you need from a team, to be competitive within the team itself and to be able to compete better against the opponents. And we always embrace ourselves as one of the best teams in the continent, having the best players within our team. And as much as it is heartbreaking, I'm sure some of the guys that never really touched the ball in this tournament, I'm sure they are broken, but yet get a little bit of a break. They might come back a little bit stronger. That's what you need as a footballer.
Yeah. Skipper, if there's anything we could have done differently in this game, what would that have been?
I think was to take care of our boxes. I think our box in a Borussia Dortmund match could have been clean, and maybe the errors that we committed was so unlike us. We all know that the mistake that we committed with build-up was so unlike Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yeah.
In the build-up, we always safe, we always come out of situation. But that tells you about the levels.
Yeah.
These boys, the mistake was made by the group, the back four. This was regarded as the best team in Africa.
Yeah.
But yet to come into this level, and if you remember very well, I said, you have a benchmark in the continent. This is the benchmark you have to, you're living here in the Club World Cup, where when you come back, I don't think you'll come the same, because you know the moments, you'll know that you're going to get punished. Speaking about the bench and everybody else, how important they were in this competition. And I'll use our experiences in the Club World Cup. This was there when the guys who didn't play actually played a huge role in reminding us how good we were before the competition and how good we were in that match, in those matches. And this is a lesson period where I think the boys should easily take and move forward, because like he says, in Mamelodi Sundowns, we're fortunate that we don't play 20 matches. We play more, and every individual in that group is so important, because they will play a huge role going forward.
It's a short turnaround. I mean, we end the Club World Cup, short break, and then pre-season plans start to go again. But it's also a year that has an African Cup of Nations.
Yeah, it's going to be a long season.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be longer than the one we had last season. But also, it's a privilege as well, to be in such spaces where you regularly play football, you regularly play big tournaments where other footballers around the world, they envy you.
Yeah.
They envy the space that you're in. Yes, it's a lot of load that has been on the players, but that's what is expected when you're playing for a team of Mamelodi Sundowns caliber. Yes, it's going to be tough.
Yep.
Yes, it's a short stint when you come back into your pre-season, but I'm expecting the technical team as well and the management as well to be mindful as to the load that the players have been throughout the season, and let's be cognizant of the fact that we are going to have a little bit of a quick season and then a break again. Core of the players are going to go to the national team, so it's going to be very tricky. Not a lot of planning, but I don't think it's any season that is different for us, because we always have to plan a little bit carefully because we know that how long the season may be.
Yeah. Gentlemen, I'm exceptionally proud to be associated with this club. I'm exceptionally proud of the effort that the boys put in to make sure that we execute and get as far as we can, and the way we played, which is the Masanda Wana way.
Yeah.
In short, how would you wrap up the Club World Cup 2025?
As a team, we were ourselves. And that's the most important thing that you just mentioned now, that we played a Masanda Wana way. That's what you need as a big team like us, where you don't have to, shrink because you are in unfamiliar territory. Yeah. We showed boldness, we showed bravery, and I thought in this whole competition they felt us. Yeah. They know what Mamelodi Sundowns are, and I can easily say we are Mamelodi Sundowns. 100%. From now on going forward, the 57 of us, we should really look forward to the matches that are still coming, and I think this is the world stage, and this is where we belong as a team.
Rasali 57. We've picked up people here. Our jersey is sold out. we can't find the jersey. Things are bad in America. There's no jerseys.
Yeah, but you know what he meant.
Yeah. Would you say your wrap-up of the Club World Cup?
I would say the message is to the team, the technical team, the players, the management, everybody that is involved with Mamelodi Sundowns. Now, the world international stage, know who you are. Can you take it a little bit higher? Can you go to the second gears from players? Yep. Those who participated, those who haven't played, can you come back and actually participate and go further? I think that's the challenge that the players, I'm putting onto the team, I'm putting onto the players as well. As Hlompo has said, this is the stage where we belong. You need to come back here, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done. Yeah. To the players themselves, to everybody that has been involved in this trip, I'm very, very proud. We played our way, we never panicked, we never showed any stress, and this is how we're going to play. and I'm very, very proud to be here. And I just hope that this experience as well, it's going to go down to everybody that was in the team so that we can be better come next season.
We are now joined by Coach Cardoso. Coach, welcome to the Pitchside Podcast. Coach, looking back at the FIFA Club World Cup 2025, what are your initial thoughts?
Well, still living a lot of emotions, obviously.
Yeah.
Everything just finished, and looking around and making a flashback on the games we played, on the 3 matches we played. Obviously, there are different things that come to my mind. First of all, the sensation is that I'm very proud.
Yeah.
I'm very proud about what the boys did in terms of the way we played.
Yeah.
And I remember that after the 2 matches of the Champions League, where the sensation from my part, and we discussed it together in the team, is that we could not find ourselves in those matches, in the nature that we wanted to do. And that we had it to go back on it here on the Clubs World Cup, where the level would be higher, even challenging, even more us. But we had to do it. We had to give an answer to ourselves.
Yeah.
So the sense of proudness comes from there. Obviously, at the same time, we know that we were so in the verge of making history in a different way.
Yeah.
I think we did history, but we didn't got the ultimate objective we
100%.
wanted, that was go through. But I think it's very important that people have a really clear conscience about the level in which we competed.
Yeah.
And just to state that this Fluminense we saw today 2 years ago was on the final of their Copa Libertadores and won it.
Yeah.
And Borussia Dortmund last year played the final of the Champions League. And we competed with those teams. We were Mamelodi Sundowns inside the pitch. We controlled the games. We had possession. We arrived on the box. So it seems that we take something important back home.
Yeah, and Coach, I also I want to, because as a Pitchside Podcast, we were discussing yesterday how proud we are as well, looking at how Mamelodi Sundowns have played throughout these 3 games. But also, we also feel like there should be moments or certain instances where we can learn certain things about the team, looking at the level that we're playing in. From a coaching point of view, what is it that you think that the team should learn going back for us to actually to be able to come back into the stage?
I think it's very important, and everybody understood that the definition of the moments to score and make the difference in the games in some moments was not the best.
Yeah.
I think with the Germans, we started the game so well, we could have scored, we did not. And today with Fluminense, we could have scored, and we did not. So we never were able exactly to put the emotional side of the game 100% on our side.
Yeah.
Like put the opponents to have to go to their limit to try to win the matches. And unfortunately, with Borussia, we even allowed them to come on the game and come back on the game because we conceded some chances. But I think the learning process comes from the fact that we understood that in this level everything is quicker. We need to pass the ball quicker. We have less time to decide, so decisions sometimes become more difficult to make, or the mistakes can happen because we are used to have lower rotation on the brain to process. So everything is quicker and quicker and quicker. The pressure is higher, the spaces are low, are less. The spaces exist, but suddenly they are covered. So we need to grow the intensity of our game within the ball, so that we can be quicker, we take the ball on the spaces quicker, we can overcome the lines of the opponent quicker. But there's another thing we should have learned, and I think that today it was a good answer, is that in the moments we didn't have the ball, we were very capable also to play. And today we were tested on that. There were moments that we didn't have the ball, we had to organize ourselves to give our heart to the team individually, 100%. But have an organization that would sustain it. And I think we did it also, and that's also important to grow from here.
Coach, a lot of the players, I mean, people speak about the different levels that we had to play at here. Were you surprised, if that's the right word to use, that the players actually stepped up to that level and for the most part gave their heart? They left it all on the field.
Yeah, I'm eventually not surprised.
Yeah.
But very happy by the fact that we did it.
Yeah.
So my expectations and my expectations were that they would do it.
Yeah.
but we really needed to push ourselves to the limit. And I have to tell you, we started this competition by making with the team a deep analysis about the 2 matches we played in the Champions League.
Yeah.
And understand that the level where we were there was not exactly where we needed.
Yeah.
And we could not come on the Clubs World Cup and not step up or not go in front, not raise the level.
Yeah.
So I think the boys understood the message.
Yeah.
They gathered their hands, let's say, they united their hearts, their souls, the spirit. We were able, obviously, to give the peace for that to happen. So we were together, very solid, and as a team we were absolutely very strong.
Amazing.
We as coaches depend a lot on the players.
Yeah.
We can have the best tactics in the world, but in the moment of play, it's their minds, their hearts and their souls. You played, you know that.
Yeah.
I just need to create the environment for them to perform. And I think we were able together to create the right environment so that we could then show the football that we could show.
Yeah, Coach, maybe for me, last one is we are now have identified as to the level that we are at. We've identified and established the fact that we stepped up when we needed to. Do you think that Mamelodi Sundowns is where they should be, especially playing this type of a tournament?
I think yes, because absolutely. And you know why I have that sensation is not only by the evaluation I do, but by the level of, by the way people arrive on me from the outside with feedbacks.
Yeah.
And they come from everywhere in the world. You know, I work in Spain, in France, I have people in England, a lot of Portuguese coaches all over the world, and the feedbacks are coming one over the other, over the other, over the other. Something like, wow, what team is that? What club is that? What reality is that? That you can arrive here and state yourselves as an identity, as the quality of the players, as the quality of the structure we have, as the quality of the work we did there.
Yeah.
So what we need is really to feel this power and this capacity.
Yeah.
And don't stay where we are, but understand where we can develop still too. And because there's always things to do. We can be better.
Yeah.
We can be better. We can be better. And that is the challenge for ourselves. Not because we felt that we competed, but how we can develop in order to create sustainability for that the fact that of what we did today.
Yeah.
And in these 3 matches. That's what I think is important for us to do.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you very much, Coach. Amazing. We're very proud of the team. Now you get to take a break, recharge, and come back.
Thank you very much. It has been an unbelievable ride. I'm so really pleased and proud to be part of the Masadwana family. I leave a word for our fans because I think the fans they really enjoyed what we did in this Clubs World Cup, the way we played football on the eyes of the biggest teams in the world. It has been a pleasure, and it will be for sure challenging for me to continue pushing forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Masandawana, please continue to like, subscribe, and leave us your comments below. We are Masandawana.